Already know that it's going to be a winner, I think. Nice to see so many faces. To those of you who don't know, of course, Sue Harris is our director. Adele will be taking care of music along with Emma, and Sam obviously with dance. So I'll let the creative team take over from here and tell you all about it, and they can answer your questions, but welcome everybody.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, here we go. School of Rock. I haven't got much of a voice today, so that's why I'm using the microphone. I'm just going to take you through the School of Rock PowerPoint in a minute, but most of you will know the School of Rock. It's very much like the TV, the movie, and it's going to be lots of fun, lots of excitement, lots of work, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So I'm just going to take you through some of the cast member, the characters that we're going to be looking at auditions, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the auditions. So thank you, Pete. That says, rock got no reason, rock got no rhyme, you better get me to school on time. Okay, Dewey. I actually, because it's stuck behind everything, I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown of what he is. He's a guy with one passion, rock and roll. Everything else is a mess. He means well, but he can't seem to pay his rent. He's a bit of a slob, and his dream of becoming a rock god is looking grim. After being ousted by his band, No Vacancy, Dewey is more lost than ever. Poses as a substitute teacher at Horace Green Preparatory School. He teaches the students how to make music and learns that growing up and being responsible doesn't mean having to give up on your rock and roll dream. No. Okay, and then we've got his flatmate Ned Schneebly, who he pretends to be to get this job. He's a little bit of a drip really, and but is Dewey's best friend, and Dewey takes advantage of him. His girlfriend Patty, I think if I come over this side might be better. His girlfriend Patty tries to get rid of Dewey out of their house, and tries to get Ned to grow up and be an adult. Okay, and then the next one is Rosalie Mullins, who is the principal of the high school there, Horace Green Preparatory School, highest officer's principal, and though she begins the story as a consummate professional and seems tightly wound at all times, we learn quickly that she is under a great deal of pressure. Rosalie eventually learns how to let her hair down and just listen to the music. And then we've got, which most of you have come to find out about, is the band, the children. We are putting a limit of for the children as 12 and above, because we're only going to run one band, not two groups of kids as we normally do, and we have 18 places, 17 or 18 places for kids in this band. There are several different main parts in the band, and what we're looking for about 4 of them is to be able to play an instrument. So we're looking at a bass guitar, a keyboard, and drums. So if you can play any of those, when you come to auditions, you will be asked to play those, so that we can see how you play. It's not the end of the world if you can't play them and you are absolutely amazing at everything else, then we'll still look at you, okay? So if you come along and say, actually I can't play, then we'll still look at you. We're not going to discount having backing, but our first priority would be to have somebody who plays, wouldn't it, ladies and gentlemen over there? Okay, so there's Summer and Lawrence and Tamika in this page. Next page. And Zach and Freddie, I'm not going to read all of these, you can have a quick read of them. And another thing with the children, when you come to audition, You'll be asked to play an instrument if you can. You'll be asked to sing, and you'll be asked to do some dialogue, but you may not get the dialogue for the person that you're going to audition for. I just want to see how you can act on stage as well, okay? And then there's Billy and Katie. There's lots of kids, and it's a real pity that someone put lights up in here, because I had really cool little headings up there. You can speak to Greg about taking his lights down next time. Okay, and then there's Mason and James, but there are other parts, other children's parts that haven't got names at this stage. All right, adults, there are teachers, parents, and there's a band called No Vacancy. Sorry. I haven't finished on that page yet, but never mind. So adults, we may be having you playing two parts, or we may be having, you may have one part. It doesn't, we're not too sure yet until we have the people auditioning. We're not too sure what we want yet. So teachers may be parents, and one of them may be in the band at the beginning. So yeah, we don't know until you've auditioned to find out what we've got to play around with. But we're pretty excited just looking here today. It looks really, really good. Really good. Auditions, you'll find out where the auditions are. Did we actually put those up anywhere?
No.
Yeah. They're at the end of January, about the 21st and 22nd of January, and that's a Wednesday and a Thursday or something, or Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. We will be running for all people who are auditioning a dance audition. And so we'll tell you a little bit about that later. It's Saturday morning, and so with the auditions, my thoughts are we're not going to book in. You'll just come along and wait and come in when we see you, because I found other years we've booked you in for a certain amount of time, and then we sit in here waiting for the next audition, which could be 3 or 4 hours later. So you just as you come in, there'll be people out here in the foyer to meet you, and you will sign a form, sign your life away, and then you'll be invited in at some stage for your audition. Okay, we're not too scary. Sam is. So we'll just go through our spiel, and then we'll open up for some questions. Okay.
Hi guys! Hi, my name is Emma and I am the vocal director for School of Rock. So that means that it is my job to make sure that everyone on stage sounds amazing and sings strong and loud and safely. So primarily I'll be doing most of your singing music. Adele is in charge of the band because we're going to have a live band. Yes, amazing. But she will also be taking some vocal rehearsals when I'm unavailable for Les Mis. So that'll be really exciting. So I'm just going to run through really quickly the vocal audition requirements for the characters that we're after. So Dewey, he originally only had one song to audition with, but I added another one because I wanted to hear more. So he's doing The Legend of the Rent. So that's the full a cappella song. If you're familiar with the soundtrack or the Broadway show, that's when he does his full a cappella piece when he's trying to explain his ideas to the kids. You are going to be asked to do that a cappella in full in your audition. So that's going to be really fun. It's a really challenging piece, but it's really, really cool. Also doing the first section of When I Climbed to the Top of Mount Rock, which is the opening number of the show as well. Rosalie is who is the principal that so explained. She needs to do the Queen of the Night aria. So if you're not familiar with that, look it up. It's intense. And she's also going to be asked to do a bit of Where Did the Rock Go as well. So there's a section laid out in the audition folder for her to learn. Rosalie and Dewey are the only two numbers that I want to hear two songs in the audition. Everyone else is just one. Patty is doing the Mount Rock reprise. Ned and the adult ensemble. So if you're auditioning for Ned, which is Jerry's best friend, or any of the teachers or parents, you can bring a song of your choosing. So something that shows off your vocal range, something that you're comfortable with, something that shows us a bit of your character, a bit of your acting style maybe. Ideally no longer than sort of 2.5 minutes approximately. You can bring your own backing track, and then we'll have stuff to plug in and play your backing track at your audition. The kids in the band and the children's ensemble, so if you're auditioning for Freddie or Zach, etc., and the other kids in the school, you will be singing If Only You Will Listen, which is the main number for that one. If you're auditioning for either Tomika or Summer, which are two of the young girls, then there are specific songs that you need to do. So Summer is Time to Play, and Tomika is If Only You Would Listen, the reprise. And I just want to explain something real quick, just so it's clear. The music that we have for the audition tracks have been cut. So the audition tracks have been cut, and we've cut bars out of the music because they were supplied to us. So I've typed up like a note of where you sing to, where you skip, and where you start again to go to the next song. But if it's unclear and you're having trouble following the music along with the audition backing track that's been supplied to us, please just flick me a message and I will point you in the right direction as to which way to sing, because we got it and it was a bit chop and change, so it doesn't exactly match the music that's in the folder, but I've written it on there. There is also, which you can grab afterwards, are some pieces of music down here. There's some dialogue bits, but we also have the QR codes. So if you are able to do a QR code and scan, you can access the drive, access all the files, etc. That's awesome. If you can't, grab a copy from there. If you're only auditioning for Ned, there's a section where it is the guitar piece between Dewey and Ned that you need to learn. If you're only auditioning for Ned, grab that. If you're auditioning for Joey, that piece is already included in that section of music. But yeah, any questions, let me know. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's a big thing. It's a big show. But it's going to be so much fun. And we're really looking forward to getting started. So yeah.
Sorry, I won't talk for long. Emma's basically covered everything that I would need to say. What I just wanted to mention was for the roles that require you to play an instrument, obviously if you play that instrument, that's box, that's great. If you don't let that put you off auditioning. As Sue said, we'll still consider you if you do a great